Tim Reese back at Murray State University for game number 2. That is getting set to begin here as the Rend Lake Warriors will be the home team. The Pioneers won game 1, 13-6. Played a full 7 innings, even into the bottom of the 7th. So 2 hours and ended up being 17 minutes. And we are refreshed. We got a starting pitcher on the mound, Derek LeBron, for the Warriors. 6'1", 210-pound freshman from Rosedale, Indiana. He will face Tyler Holsworth, the leadoff batter and shortstop for the Pioneers. Sees the first pitch go wild and to the backstop. We are underway at 3:45 Central. Foul ball off to the right side. Get through the trees. Appears as though no spectators were harmed with that foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Holsworth lines a ball down just foul. Will go down to the Rend Lake bullpen. Holsworth came into game 1 for the injured Matt Hall. Played second base, got 1 at bat. Sees pitch go outside. Ended up hitting into a fielder's choice to end the game. So he ends game 1, and he leads off game 2. Feels like he just was in the box. 2-2 pitch popped up. That'll be playable in shallow right field. It will get into foul territory, and second baseman Ethan Hamrick will make the catch for the first out here in the top of the first inning. Here's the batting order for the Pioneers. Tyler Holsworth, of course, leads off, plays shortstop. Ethan here stepping to the plate, playing in right field. I get to the rest of the lineup here shortly. First pitch to here. Catches the outside corner, called strike. Ethan here from Cincinnati, Ohio, attended Moeller High School, famous Catholic school in Cincinnati, as that ball is chopped foul down the third base line. It will go foul here now, down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Ethan, a sophomore, 3rd year out of high school, 6 foot, 175-pound outfielder. Pitch misses for ball 1. Ethan is the son of Andrew and Gina here, who are probably listening in on the broadcast. Here's a pitch on it, right on the knees at the corner, called strike 3. And down goes here looking. So 2 up, 2 down for the Pioneers. As Derek LeBron, Lebron, starter for Coach Chris Modelmog here in game 2, and he will face designated hitter Tanner Bumbleow, who was a starting pitcher for the Pioneers in game 1. He didn't think he was going to get any plate appearances today. I don't know that he even took any batting practice. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Two-way player, Tanner Bumbleow, play anywhere in the infield, second, short, third. I don't think there's probably a position on the field he can't play. Slow breaking pitch called strike 1. Went 2 for 2 in the game the other night against the Knights 18U team. Had an RBI and a walk. His first action at the plate. Count goes 3 balls, 1 strike. To the young man from Overton High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Takes ball 4. First base runner of game 2 for the Pioneers brings it to plate third baseman Noah Ward. On deck behind Noah will be first baseman Brody Melton, and then 6-hole extra hitter Ryan Wells. Catcher Braden Vineyard batting 7th. Corbin Overbay batting 8th and playing second base. Zach Zimmerly in center field batting 9th, and Drew Webster will bat 10th and play left field today. And the starting pitcher, John Tomlinson. As Noah Ward sees the first pitch down. Ball 1. Ward from Knoxville, Tennessee, also a two-way player, pitcher and a third baseman from Knoxville Catholic High School. 6'2", 200 pounds. Slow breaking pitch. He hits down to third base. Nice backhand play by Blake Templeton, who comes up throwing to Colby Guy, the first baseman here in game 2. Blake Templeton back at third base where he started in game 1. That's a nice backhanded play to retire Noah Ward. 4-out number 3 here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After a half inning, Vol State nothing. Rend Lake coming to the plate. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the bottom of the first, on the mound for the Pioneers, number 28, John Tomlinson, redshirt freshman transfer from MTSU. Hometown Lebanon, Tennessee, attended Lebanon High School. He's on for his second appearance of the year. He started game 2 of the Cumberland JV series. Through 1 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits. 5 runs, 3 were earned. Had a little trouble with throwing strikes. Walked 5 guys, struck out 3, hoping to have a better outing throwing strikes today. John Tomlinson won a championship, came on late with the Full Count Rhythm this past summer, team that I broadcasted for all summer long. And John came on and was a late ad, came in, I think he pitched in the late game at Hopkinsville against the Hoptown Hoppers. He is the son of Keith and Kim Tomlinson, the brother to Lauren, and the grandson of Paul in Lebanon and grandma in Lebanon as well. And he will face Ryan St. Ledger back in that leadoff role. And he throws a bunt down there. Diving attempt by Noah Ward, third base coming in. And he and John Tomlinson avoid a collision there in foul territory. Little Bermuda triangle on that bunt attempt by Ryan Ledger, the center fielder for the Rend Lake Warriors. They have several of the same players in their lineup. On deck is Ethan Hamrick, who was the DH, or ADH in the first game, and he's playing second base. Fastball gets inside, ball 1. So Ledger, Hamrick, and Ryan Trokey, same 3 who batted in that same order in game 1, are scheduled for game 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Ryan St. Ledger. Sophomore from Albion, Illinois. Inside, apparently not on the corner. See, Ledger transfer from somewhere. The roster does not indicate as to where he came from. There's a pitch that hits him on the left hip. So instead of ball 4, he'll take a hit by pitch and be a leadoff man on first base. So Tomlinson, who was trying to cut down on balls out of the strike zone here in game 2 for the fall for him, not starting out the way he had hoped. 83 degrees at game time here for game number 2. The 5th game of the fall for the Pioneers, 4-0 record. And there's Hamrick, who squares around a bunt, pulls the bat back for ball 1. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Some of you are even here in attendance. I saw Suzanne Gotze between games. She said she's been listening. Dan and Shannon Zettel, parents of Ethan Huddleston, made the drive over from Gallatin, Tennessee today. I know many of the Mizels were here. I believe, who else did I see? The Hawkins family, I believe, is here to watch Caleb, who had a 4-for-4 day. There's a pitch just outside. Not getting a call here. 3 balls, no strikes to Ethan Hamrick, second baseman for the Warriors from Mount Zion, Illinois. Hamrick was 2 for 3 in game 1. Scored a run, drove in 3. 3-0 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. Broadcasting today on YouTube and Twitter. If you're not a subscriber on our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button or follow Vol State Baseball on Twitter. The runner goes. Pitch called a strike. Braden Vineyard starts to take it out of his glove and couldn't get a handle on it. So stolen base for Ryan St. Ledger. And that gets us to our first full count of game 2. This full count brought to you by Brandon Webster of Exit Realty Garden Gate Team, sponsor of Vol State Baseball. Brandon Webster, a basketball alum at Vol State. And the 3-2 pitch is not swung on. And ball 4 puts runners at first and second. So nobody out. Runners at first and second. Ryan Trokey stepping to the plate. He had 1 hit in 3 plate appearances in game 1. Trokey from Marion, Illinois. One of the 9 returning players for Rend Lake. Tyler Holsworth working the runner at second base. Pitch comes in, called strike 1 to 5'11", 170-pound designated hitter. Ryan Trokey played second base in game 1. Tomlinson looking for an out after hitting the first batter and walking batter number 2. Runner at second takes off. So does a runner at first. Corbin Oberve is not on the bag. Throw went behind the runner. I believe the pitch was called a strike. Runners now at second and third. So a double steal puts 2 runners in scoring position. Infield plays regular depth here in the top of the first inning. Swinging a foul ball. Vineyard picked the right spot to throw to. The backup second baseman, true freshman Corbin Overbay, late arriving at the bag, thinking that Vineyard was going to throw down to third base. Overbay from Sevier County High School in Sevierville, Tennessee. There's another hit batter on an 0-2 pitch. Base is now loaded with free passes. And now it goes Braden Vineyard to talk to the redshirt freshman John Tomlinson. Tomlinson in his first inning of work at Cumberland, or against Cumberland, had a walk, strikeout, a walk, and then a double that drove in a run. And then ended up walking another batter, so 3 batters in the first inning, but was able to wiggle out of that first inning, but couldn't get out of it again after allowing a runner to reach on an error. It wasn't he that allowed it, an error on by his shortstop. But stepping to the plate, Colby Guy, who batted in the 10-hole in Game 1 as an extra hitter, his first baseman here in Game 2, and he drove a ball deep center field for a double. Went 1 for 2, scored 2 runs, including a walk. There's a swing and a foul straight back. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Infielders at double play depth. Pioneers would be happy to give up a run to get 2 outs on a double play. All new defensive positioning. Pop up down the left field line that will get out of play into the, or just short of the Pioneers bullpen. Nobody loosening there. Cade McKee probably will pitch here in Game 2. Left-handed pitcher from Georgetown, Kentucky. It looks like he is out there after that ball. And now all of a sudden I do see somebody in the bullpen. So lefty on lefty matchup, no outs. Another foul ball. Oops, I just struck him out. Let's see if I can undouble tap that one. Put that at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're looking for an intern to run the scoreboard for me. My intern during the summer was my lovely wife. She did a fantastic job of running scoreboard and commercials for the Full Count Rhythm games. So there's a ground ball slowly hit. It will go foul. Colby Guy will live to see another pitch. On deck, Will Henson, who also batted in the 5-hole in Game 1, playing shortstop. Blake Templeton, who made a fantastic play to end the first inning for the Pioneers, batting 6th, playing third base. Luke Bullens playing right field, batting 7th. Houston Compton playing left field, batting 8th. Will Tugger, or Toger. There's a pop-up in the infield. Tyler Holsworth will get under it. An infield fly rule called. So first out recorded by John Tomlinson is a pop-up. So the 9-hole hitter, the DH, Will Togher, and I know the H is silent. Toger is what I'm going to go with. And Brady Ingram is the catcher. He will bat 10th in the Warriors lineup. So 1 out, double play ball will get Tomlinson and the Pioneers out of a sticky situation here in the bottom of the first inning. Will Henson, first pitch he sees down in the turf. Smothered by Braden Vineyard, young man from Paducah, Kentucky, just about 30 minutes up the road. I'm sure his family is here. I just found out that he and Jace Mizell are cousins. So teammates there. Is a changeup swung on and missed. Will Henson was 0 for 1 in game 1. He lined out to the third baseman, then walked and drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in his third plate appearance. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. Another pitch down in the artificial turf that is that brown area that is home plate. And the pathways from the dugouts. Artificial turf in front of the dugouts. Everything else that you see that's green is actual grass. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now 3-1. Tomlinson, no place to put Henson. Needs to throw a strike. Henson, a sophomore transfer from Chicago, Illinois. Apparently, Chris Modelmog, head coach for Rend Lake, looking for him to solidify the shortstop position. Pitch swung on, another pop-up. That'll be right back here and right in front of, I don't know if anybody's there or not, but right in front of the press box. And no, it goes between the seating area and the building in which I am sitting. That brings us to a full count. Brandon Webster, full count. Swing and a miss. Down goes Henson on what would have been ball 4. So Tomlinson trying to crawl out of the hole that he dug. Gets his first strikeout. That's now 2 outs in the inning. Hit the first batter, walked the next one, and hit the third batter to load the bases. Now has gotten a pop-up in the infield and a swinging strikeout. Brings to the plate Blake Templeton, third baseman. First pitch, ball 1. Templeton went 1 for 2. He had a double in his last at-bat. In game 1. A little bit of cloud cover here in Murray, Kentucky. Another fastball high. Tomlinson had to come back on a 3-1 pitch to Henson and ended up enticing the shortstop to swing at a ball high and outside. He's going to need to pump some strikes in here for Blake Templeton. And there's 1. Templeton, 6 foot, 215-pound freshman from Fort Collins, Kentucky, or Colorado. See if he's the only one that would appear that Chris Modelmog brings from Colorado, and it is the only player from Colorado on the roster. And there's a pitch that sails over Braden Vineyard's head. He throws home, but Tomlinson not there in time. So a wild pitch brings in the first run of the game for Rend Lake. Tomlinson was trying to get out of it without giving up a run, but that wild one over Vineyard's glove now puts runners at second and third. Count is 3-1 on Blake Templeton with Luke Bullens, right fielder, on deck. Came in and pinch ran in game 1, but did not get in the lineup. There's ball 4. Loads the bases. Back for Rend Lake. Second walk of the inning by John Tomlinson. Hit 2 batters and walked 2 batters now. No hits in the inning. Only ball that's been hit in fair territory was a pop out to the shortstop. So Luke Bullens, Bullins, swings and foul tips. First pitch he sees into Vineyard's mitt. Bullens is a 6'2", 170-pound freshman from Crawfordsville, Arkansas. Outfielder playing right field for Coach Mogg here in game 2. Nice block by Vineyard on a ball on the turf. He and Caleb Hawkins and occasionally Drew Webster, who's playing in left field today. You'll see those three catchers, Landon Godsey, mostly working in at first base, even though last year he was the backup catcher. But those other three guys working regularly on blocking pitches and receiving pitches. Another pitch that's down. Count goes 2-1 on the seventh hitter to come to the plate for Rend Lake here in game 2. They sent 9 batters to the plate in the 6th inning in game 1. Foul ball down the right field line. Roster for Rend Lake Warriors not as long as it is for the Pioneers. Goes up through number 40. Not sure if they've used every number from 0 to 40. There's a ground ball tapped to short. Holsworth comes up, firing over to Brody Melton at first base to retire Bullens. And in the inning where the Rend Lake Warriors score 1 run on no hits and 3 runners left on base. After 1, Rend Lake 1, Vol State nothing. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Derek LeBron back out for inning number 2 for the Warriors. We'll face 5, 6, and 7 of the Pioneers lineup. Brody Melton, Ryan Wells, and Braden Vineyard. Melton playing first base here in game 2. Brody, a freshman from Tullahoma, Tennessee. First pitch he sees from LeBron, misses. Brody Melton, I believe, is 4 for 4 on the fall. He went 3 for 3 in game 2 against Cumberland JV. Had 3 singles. Sees a breaking pitch there over the plate for strike 1. Played against the Knights and got a hit and 2 plate appearances. Also had a walk. He has been on base aplenty. Plays third base, first base. Takes a hack. He is 5 for 5, folks, in the fall. Line drive single into right field. If you hit, they'll find a place for you. That's what I tell players that play for me, the players that I'm trying to encourage, any kid that I come across that is looking to get better or looking to make a roster. If you hit, they will find a spot for you. And Brody Melton is hitting. Brings it to plate Ryan Wells, who swings at the first pitch he sees. Fouls it straight back. Ryan Wells got 1 at bat in game 1 against Cumberland JV. First pitch he saw, he got plunked right on the hip. So his only AB. And he takes a hack. He hadn't done anything but either get hit or swing at the plate. And he gets a follow-up single into left field. So inning number 2 starting off well for the Pioneers as Brody Melton, and see if Ryan Wells, I believe he's a redshirt sophomore, third year here, had a medical red shirt, or took a red shirt last year from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He went to Eagleville High School, and now Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. First pitch, breaking pitch, misses. Vineyard trying to nail down that number 2 catching position. Very important on doubleheader days. Excellent receiver, has a great arm. Just got to get him hitting. And goes 2 balls, no strikes. Vineyard has a double and a triple so far in the fall. 2 for 4. Has scored a run. And that Pete Rose slide into third base the other night against the Knights. Slow breaking pitch. He might want that one back. See that one coming in. Might turn on that, put that over the fence down there at about 335. It's going to be inside. It might have been a little trouble to keep fair, but 2-1 pitch. Almost the same pitch. This one didn't come around as much as the last one. That would have been a foul ball off the fist if he had taken a hack. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Nobody out. 2 runners on. Here in the top of the second inning. Pioneers were the home team in game 1 and visitors here in game 2. Swinging a drive out to right field. That will get down for a base hit in front of right fielder. And a run will score. An RBI single for Braden Vineyard. As Luke Bullens out there in right field throws the ball back in to shortstop Will Henson. Score now tied 1-1. Corbin Overbay steps to the plate. 2 on, 1 in. Ryan Wells down at second base. Vineyard on at first. First baseman Colby Guy is in on the grass expecting a bunt. I don't believe Coach McGuire is going to be bunting here in the fall, early on anyway. Wants to let these guys hit, I believe. Look back to second base and a throwback, not in time to get Ryan Wells. That ball gets down into the turf. It gets by catcher Brady Ingram. I believe that's probably 2 balls. I think he missed. Yes, so runners now second and third. 2 balls, no strikes to Overbay. There's a line drive, base hit up the middle, and the hit machine keeps rolling on. 2 runs will score on the line drive, base hit into center field by the true freshman second baseman, Corbin Overbay from Sevier County High School in Sevierville, Tennessee. Three runs in. Still nobody out, and out will come Chris Modelmog to give me a little bit of a break to fill out my scorebook. So 4 straight singles for the Pioneers. Plated 3 runs. And And stepping to the plate, Zach Zimmerly playing center field today. Middle infielder and an outfielder from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Throw over to first base, not in time. Overbay at first base, the son of Drew and Heather Overbay. Pitch to Zimmerly, misses. Zimmerly, 6'1", 170-pound, true freshman from Hendersonville. Went to Hendersonville High School. Business administration major, the son of Jody and Brandy Zimmerly. A line drive. Zach Zimmerly will be doubled up as he did not run down to first base. The ball was dropped at shortstop. He threw over to second base for the force and on to first base. Zach thought that shortstop had actually caught it. As soon as he thought the out was recorded, he turned around, but shortstop had actually dropped the ball. Will Henson dropped the ball, flipped to Ethan Hamrick at second. He threw on to Colby Guy to complete the double play. Drew Webster, the 10th batter in the lineup, stepped to the plate. First two pitches outside the zone. After the first four reach, Derek LeBron gets a 6-4-3 double play. And another breaking pitch in there. Drew Webster now looks 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6'2", 190-pound freshman from Nashville, Tennessee, and nearly gets hit with that pitch. Count goes full. Full count brought to you by Brandon Webster. I don't think any relation to the batter Drew Webster of Exit Realty Garden Gate. Swung on and lifted down to right field. That's coming on, and that ball will drop in front of Bullens in right field for a bloop single by Drew Webster. 5th hit of the inning. We'll bring Tyler Holsworth to the plate, leadoff batter who popped out to first base. To lead off the ball game. The 11th batter that Derek LeBron will face here in 2 innings. Holsworth, the son of Jeff Holsworth in Norcross and Rachel Holsworth in Peachtree Corners, Georgia. Business administration major. Good looking player. Curveball misses just inside. 3 balls, no strikes to Tyler Holsworth, Holsworth. Throw over. Diving back is Drew Webster. Webster also a catcher. So outfield and catcher. Ball 4 to Holsworth, and he'll reach with 2 outs. Second walk of the ball game for Derek LeBron. Webster moves on down to second base. That brings it to plate Ethan here, who struck out looking. Checks his swing on a breaking pitch. Here went 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored and a walk in game 2 against Cumberland. Got in the game against the Knights and walked in his only plate appearance. Hard hit double in that game against Cumberland JV. Another breaking pitch misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Second baseman moving in now at second. LeBron struggling. Throws strikes. 4 straight to Holsworth. Now 3 straight to Ethan here. Here got in 8 games in the spring for the Pioneers. 8 official at-bats and had 4 hits, a double and a home run, 5 RBIs. He will look at a strike. 3-0 count. He walked once. Almost a 560 on-base average. When he got in, he took advantage. Now goes to a Brandon Webster Realty full count. Homes by Brandon, B-U-Y, Brandon.com. And that pitch goes over the ducking head of Ethan here and loads the bases. Chris Modelmall just trying to get, I'm sure, Derek LeBron through this inning. He had a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. Colin Hawkins, number 2, was warming up in the bullpen. Tanner Bumbleau steps to the plate with the bases loaded. He was the first walk of the ball game by LeBron. Bumbleau gets a hold of one. There'll be a bunch more runs come across as there's a good pitch on the outside corner at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bumbleau looks at another breaking pitch on the outside corner called strike 2. It's a chance that Tanner Bumbleau could be the number 1 arm off the roster for head coach Jim McGuire in the spring. But when he's not pitching, also a good chance of him being in a lineup. Time called. Bumbleau steps out. LeBron still throws the pitch. Looked like it was another slider. Tanner, 6'1", 195-pound, redshirt freshman, exercise science major. There's a pitch that goes behind him, back to the catcher, but in comes Drew Webster with the 4th run of the inning. Everybody else moves up 90. Wild pitch brings home another run. Two balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Bumbleau. Now count goes full. I'm going to guess if Derek LeBron walks Bumbleau here, we're going to see a new pitcher. Inning started with 4 straight singles by the Pioneers. And there's ball 4. Third straight walk. 4 total walks, but Chris Modelmog not out of the dugout just yet. And that will bring to the plate Noah Ward. So looks like Derek LeBron will get 1 more batter at least. This will be the 10th batter in the inning. Noah Ward sees a fastball inside. Ward hit a ball hard down the third base line. Backhand play by Blake Templeton. Throw over to first base and retired Ward to end the first inning. Noah Ward's thinking, I don't want to end the inning for the 2nd straight inning. And right now there's a good chance that he's not going to. He may not be getting any pitches to hit. 3 balls, no strikes to Noah Ward. And that pitch, I think it hit him, but I didn't see the. Well, actually, I think he did throw his hands up. The entire infield coming in to talk to, encourage Derek LeBron. We'll go with a walk on that as another run comes in. Brody Melton, who led this inning off with a base hit in the right field, steps to the plate with bases loaded. First pitch strike called. The 0-1 misses inside. So Ethan here at third, Tanner Bumbelow at second, Noah Ward down at first base after an RBI walk. Breaking pitch called strike. Brody Melton can't believe it, but I think the umpire's tired of seeing this pitcher out there on the mound. He's ready to make a change. So Brody better be swinging at pretty much anything that comes close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was close. Did not swing, and it was not called a strike. Breaking pitch, grounded to shortstop. He will flip to second base for the force out. He retired the side. So a fielder's choice. 11 batters step to the plate for the Pioneers. And 5 of them come across the plate. 5-1. Ball State now leads after 1.5. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the second inning. Number 26, Cade Sanders. Cade McKee probably will follow Cade Sanders. Redshirt sophomore, 5'10", 205-pound. Right-handed pitcher from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Also went to Hendersonville High School, just like center fielder Zach Zimmerly. Not sure if Zach played when Cade finished. He finished in his in the COVID year in 2020. The son of Clay and Tressa Sanders, and the big brother to Kylie and Witten. I always have to look to make sure it's Kylie. Kylie is in college. Where did she go? Is she at UTC? Clay and or Tressa are probably listening in. Clay, a Belmont Baseball Hall of Famer, one of the assistant coaches over at Hendersonville High School, and the father of young Cade Sanders, who is on here in the bottom of the second inning, facing 8, 9, and 10, and gets a swinging strike from Houston Compton, the left fielder for the Rend Lake Warriors. John Tomlinson ended up going 1 inning, giving up no hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2, struck out 1, and hit 2 batters. That first inning could have been a lot worse for John Tomlinson. Sanders looking to settle things down. A check down there of the swing by Compton. I thought the pitch was over the plate for a strike, but they checked down to first base, and umpire said no, he did not go. 2 balls and a strike. There's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. Count goes at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Houston Compton, 6'2", 195-pound freshman from Richland, Indiana. Shows him as an infielder, but he's playing left field here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Cadro Sanders on the mound. Breaking pitch, swing, strike 3. Sanders. It's the first out by K for Kincaid Sanders. K is in Kincaid. So with 1 out, that sends to the plate Will Toger. 6'2", 210 pounds from Fort Collins. So is he the other Fort Collins or is he the only? No, we do have 2. Okay, Blake Templeton. I missed Toger. So 2 from the hometown that Coach Chris Moddelmog was going to be leaving. There's a ground ball to Noah Ward down at third base. He picks, throws a dart over to first baseman Brody Melton for the second out of the inning. As I said, Noah Ward is a pitcher also. Got on the mound in Game 3 against the Knights, threw an inning, gave up a hit and a walk, struck out 2. Sanders facing Brady Ingram and pours in another breaking pitch for called strike 1. Brady Ingram from Louisville, Illinois. Unless that's a typo on their roster. It says Louisville, Illinois. 6'1", 170-pound freshman. Sanders goes 2 balls, 1 strike to the Warriors catcher. There's a softly hit ground ball to Holsworth at short. He starts to throw the ball. The ball falls out of his hand. It goes behind him. You don't see that every day. Apparently, he tried to get rid of it too quickly. And the ball came out of his hand. So that'll be an error on Holsworth. 2 outs. And bring up the top of the order Ryan St. Ledger, who was hit by a pitch and scored the only run of the ball game for Rend Lake. Thank you all for joining us today for this doubleheader action at Murray State University. Thank you to Murray State for allowing both Rend Lake and Vol State to come up here and play this doubleheader. Beautiful day, beautiful facility. Just missed on the inside corner there to the center fielder, Ryan St. Ledger. There's a breaking pitch swung on and missed. Thank you for joining us on YouTube and Twitter. Runner going, ball in the turf at the feet of St. Ledger, and no throw will be made down to second base. So a runner now in scoring position. Vineyard wants to show that arm off, but he definitely did not have a pitch to do it on there. Sanders trying to retire St. Ledger and the Warriors. He gets a ground ball over to Overbay, and he will pick and throw to first just in time to get the speedy and hustling Ryan St. Ledger to retire the Warriors. No runs, no hits. There was one error and one runner left on base. So after two, Vol State leads 5-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network, where we are moving to the top of the third inning. New pitcher for Rend Lake, number 2, Colin Hawkins, left-hander from St. Louis, Missouri, 5'11", 170 pounds. Second-year player for Rend Lake. He got in 6 appearances in the spring, and an 0-1 record, 3 2/3 innings pitched. He had about 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 was earned, walked 3, struck out 4, had a 2.45 ERA. And Hawkins will face 6, 7, and 8 here in the third inning. Ryan Wells does not swing at the first pitch, a big looping breaking pitch that ends inside and low. Ryan Wells singled. He was a second batter up in the second inning and got a line drive. Single into left center field for his first hit of the fall. He is an extra hitter here in game 2. Also a pitcher waiting to get on the mound as he is still recovering with an arm injury. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch. He's been itching to play for a long time. Was up in the press box with me this past spring way too many times as a not so professional swing right there, as he was fooled on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the young man from Eagleville High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Down in the dirt, down in the turf. Ball 3. We have a Brandon Webster Exit Realty Garden Gate team full count. And there's a slow breaking pitch that freezes Wells. He will go down looking. Successful first batter for Colin Hawkins in relief of Derek LeBron, who went 2 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 5. 5s are the number of the day for Derek LeBron, unfortunately. Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. Vineyard also singled. He drove in a run and then later scored. Paducah, Kentucky, and he hits a drive down the third base line. It'll be fair. Down that line, over will be Houston Compton. Vineyard trying to get to second. Another head-first slide into second base. So Braden Vineyard with his second double of the fall now has a single, two doubles, and a triple. Braden Vineyard getting hot here for the Pioneers. Who says catchers can't run? Over base, singled and drove in 2 runs. And there's another line drive into left center field. Corbin Overbay, an RBI man today. St. Ledger gets the ball back in, and Overbay will be happy to stand on first base and get a pat on the back by assistant coach John Ripel for driving in another run for the Pioneers. 6-1. Vol State leads here in game 2. Took game 1 13-6. In steps Zach Zimmerly, who lined/grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Looks at the first breaking pitch from Hawkins. We had Caleb Hawkins behind the plate for the Pioneers in game 1, and there's Colin Hawkins on the mound for the Warriors here in game 2. Hawkins steps off. Now he's back on and gets a sign from Ingram. Fastball on the inside corner called strike 2. Zimmerly hit a line drive to Will Henson. It's short, about knee high, and it must have handcuffed Henson. I don't think he dropped it on purpose. Maybe he did, but if he did, it was a heads-up play. Zimmerly thought Henson caught it, so he stopped running. Henson drops it, or it drops. And then he tosses to Hamrick at second, who then throws on to first base to complete the 6-4-3, which at the time was a blessing for Derek LeBron, who had not had an out after giving up 4 straight hits. Zach Zimmerly strikes out swinging for out number 2. Drew Webster stepping to the plate, 10-hole hitter here for the Pioneers. He dumped a single into right field just in front of Luke Bullens, and later scored. There's Overbay, has been picked off. Throw down from the first baseman to second baseman Hamrick to complete the pickoff. So the old 1-3-4 pickoff. And that will retire the side. Drew Webster will have to lead off the top of the 4th inning. But 1 run comes across the plate on 2 hits. 6-1, Vol State leads. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd with a new, no, we don't have the same pitcher on the mound. Cadro Sanders back for inning number 2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Murray State, Kentucky, on the campus of Murray State University. Quiet day on campus with the football team playing at Ball State today. Though the football stadium just off to our right behind the first base dugout. Cade Sanders back on the mound for inning number 2 here in the bottom of the third inning. He will face 2, 3, and 4 in the Rend Lake lineup. As Hamrick acts as though he was going to bunt. Pulls the bat back. Ball got away from Vineyard. So Hamrick, who walked, stole second, and reached third base on a wild pitch, was stranded there in the first. Breaking pitch called, strike 1. Bunting, I think, is going to be a decent part of Rend Lake's offense. A number of them have either bunted or squared the bunt or started to drag the bunt. And it's not just 1 or 2 guys. It's probably 4 in their lineup that have done it. A great tool if you can use it. There was one sacrifice bunt in the first game, but not necessarily in a situation that you would do that in a meaningful game. Swing and a miss. Cade Sanders gets his second strikeout. First out of the third inning. Retired by strikeout. He's now struck out the first batter of the 2 innings he's pitched in. Brings to the plate Ryan Trokey, who was the second hit batter in the first. Swinging a foul ball straight back. Trokey up there to hit. On deck, we got a pinch hitter. Looks like Donson Moraine is going to be hitting for Colby Guy. I'm not sure if Guy was hurt, but Moraine played first base in game 1. Guy was playing here in game 2. But Moraine is the one who's on deck. One pitch, swing and a miss. Ryan Trokey down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cade Sanders. Pitch misses low and outside. Count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. Pioneers play again on Tuesday. Big day in the Reese household. My wife's birthday, September 20th. There's a breaking pitch. Cade Sanders thought he had a backward K there. I did as well. But apparently curved around the plate, and we'll have a Brandon Webster Realty full count. Yet to have anybody swing on a full count in this contest till that time right there. Ground ball. Noah Ward, who throws over to first base. Little high, and Brody Milton climbs the ladder. Make the catch for out number 2. So Tuesday, Pioneers play against the Old Hickory Baseball Club. I believe that's probably another 18U team. These kids in high school looking to land on a college roster. So with 2 outs, Donson Moraine steps into the plate to pinch hit for Colby Guy. Swing and another ground ball on 1 hop to Noah Ward. He throws over to his buddy Brody Melton for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Cade Sanders. The only runner he allowed was an error by the shortstop. So he faces 7 batters, retires 6. 2 good innings for Cade Sanders. After 3 complete, 6-1, Vol State leads You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. To the top of the fourth we go. And Drew Webster, who was at the plate when Corbin Overbay was picked off, will lead off for the Pioneers. He will face left-handed thrower Colin Hawkins. He's back on the mound for inning 2. Breaking pitch down at the feet of Drew Webster. Ball 1. Webster singled in the second. Trokey, the DH, has now gone in to play third base for the Warriors. And Donson Moraine has gone in for Colby Guy. 2-0 pitch swung on and lifted out to right field, and Bullens can't see it. It's in the sun. Webster stamped it on second base, and he will head to third and get in there with a sun fly ball triple to right field. Bullens was in the area, but he could not see that ball. And Webster turned that into a hustle triple. He is 2 for 2 now on the day. That brings up Tyler Holsworth. So bad luck there for Colin Hawkins, who gives up a triple on what could have been an out. Holsworth fouls a ball at the plate. Looks like that's the only defensive changes at first and third. I think the outfield is still the same, with Houston Compton in left, Ryan St. Ledger in center, and Luke Bullens in right field. Middle infield is the same, Henson and Hamrick. Here's the pitch to Holsworth, called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Holsworth is popped out to the first baseman and walked and scored. Youngster from Norcross, Georgia, and he swings at a ball that about hit his shoe tops. Big breaking pitch from Hawkins. The native of St. Louis, Missouri, on the mound. This is inning 2 for Colin Hawkins. Steps off. Hawkins just barely misses outside. Young goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch in the dirt. Picked by Brady Ingram. Holsworth, nobody out, just looking to make some contact here and drive in another run for the Pioneers. Pitch, here's a ground ball to second. It's exactly what he wanted to do. Just put the bat on the ball. And he did. And drove in a run. So the Sunfly triple turns into the 7th run of the contest for Ball State, and that brings Ethan here to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. Pitch misses outside. And also misses Ingram's glove. So Tanner Bumbleau stretches legs a little bit from the on-deck circle to behind home plate. There's a pitch in there for called strike. Here has struck out looking and walked. Was stranded at third base. Count goes 2-1 to the Cincinnati Kid, my hometown. Moeller High School, the home of Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Larkin. Foul ball straight back. And Ethan here. Ethan said he did a bunch of traveling this summer. Played a little bit of baseball. Wasn't too stoked about his performance playing baseball, but he said it was a summer he'd never forget. They even traveled internationally. Did he say that he went to Italy maybe? There's a foul ball at the plate. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ethan has a sister maybe who spent some time in Europe. Maybe that's what I'm recalling, and I think he went and visited. There's a hard ground ball to short. Will Henson stays down on it and comes up firing over to first base for out number 2. Older sister Elizabeth. And maybe got 52 guys I talked to. I'm wondering now if I'm remembering somebody else, but I know she's taking a year off of college after graduating. Tanner Bumbleau takes a hack at the first pitch he sees. Big curveball from Hawkins. Comes up empty. Bumbleau walked twice already in the game. He's ready to swing away. The 0-1 pitch from Hawkins down in the turf. Tanner is the son of Darrell Bumbleau in Nashville and Ann Bumbleau in Smyrna. The brother to Tori and Tyler. There's a breaking pitch. Surprised he didn't come out of his shoes on that one. Like I said, he didn't think he was going to be hitting today, so I don't think he went down and took batting practice before the game. He knew he was starting game 1. Breaking pitch in the dirt. He did ask Coach Braden Cal, the pitching coach, if he knew if he was going to be hitting today, and he said, no, I don't think so. So here he is hitting, and he's hitting again with a full count. Full count brought to you by Blue Grill Barbecue, located at 1845B Nashville Pike in Gallatin, Tennessee. And the third walk of the ball game by Tanner Bumbleau. First walk of the game for Colin Hawkins. A 2-out walk brings up Noah Ward. grounded out and walked. Drove in a run with that walk. Looking to put bat on the ball here. Get something in a gap. Breaking pitch stays high. Shade coming now in front of the press boxes. People are maneuvering right in front of this nice press box that was built, I believe, in 2015 here at Johnny Reagan Field. Right on the campus. Throw over to first base. Back is Bumbleau. Third left-handed pitcher thrown by Coach Modelmog. He's been going righty-lefty, righty-lefty. Here's a soft ground ball to third. Trokey will throw over to first base, and nice stretch by Moraine. So the two new infielders combine to get the third out here in the top of the fourth inning. But one run does come across on one hit. No errors, one runner left on base after 3.5. 7-1 Vol State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back. We're the bottom of the fourth inning. Rend Lake will send up 5, 6, and 7. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Cade McKee, left-hander from Georgetown, Kentucky, attended Scott County High School. He's a health, sports medicine, and physical education major at Vol State, the son of Jim McKee and Sherry Beth Mullenix, a brother to Clay and Colby, and the grandson of Grandpa and Grandma in Cynthiana, Kentucky, and Pops and Nan also in Cynthiana. Faces Will Henson. First pitch swinging, fouls the ball off to the right side. Cade McKee on for his third appearance of the season. Pitched in games 1 and 3, an inning apiece. Gave up a hit in game 1, has struck out 2 batters in those 2 innings. Throwing to Braden Vineyard. Tried to steal that pitch, but just a little bit outside. Ball 1. Will Henson struck out swinging in the first inning. Smacks a ball down, scatters some players, including Chase Birdwell down at the Pioneers dugout. Cade McKee, also one of Team Reese full count fall league coaches that I am blessed to have. Playoffs start Tuesday night. Gonna have to miss my playoff game. Tuesday night to broadcast the game at home against the Old Hickory team. Not sure if we had a Full count or not there. That ball's right back to Caden McKee. He throws in the dirt, picked out of there by Brody Melton, or out number one. He had plenty of time. I have to go back and see if that was a full count. I may have been talking through a pitch there. One out brings up Blake Templeton, who now I believe is the DH. Strike called. He walked in the first. One of two players from Fort Collins. He hits a ball. It'll be in foul territory down at right field line. And Brody Melton will be just short of making that play. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Caden McKee says, I'll take that ball from the first base coach. Wearing shorts and a uniform top. Looks like number 10, Riley House. Coach Modelmog here by himself and with his players. That ball's down in the turf, blocked nicely by Vineyard. With 2 strikes, you got to block pitches like you got a man at third base. Don't want to strike out in a wild pitch or a pass ball. Another foul over to the on-deck circle. Luke Bullens makes the play. One out, nobody on. McKee slings one in there outside, ball 2. Drew Webster out in left, Zach Zimmerly in center. Ethan here in right field, and we have gone full. A Blue Grill Barbecue, full count. They provided the meal for the baseball alumni spring dinner last April. We thank them for their support. There is a full count, first pitch, foul ball play made by Chris Modelmog as he tips his cap over to the dugout. Left-handed swinger I saw during the infield, and ball 4. Blake Templeton reaches after going 0-2, works a walk. Second walk of the game for Templeton. Third walk by Pioneers pitching. Cade McKee did not give up a hit or a run or a walk. Had 2 strikeouts in his 2 innings. First pitch to Bullens, called strike. McKee looking for a ground ball, looking for that prescription. We need a Dr. Pepper sponsor or something. Throw over to first base. It sponsors double plays just what the doctor ordered. Because that's what he's wanting right now. He's looking for a little 6-4-3. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, scheduled for 7. This is game 2 of the doubleheader. Swing and a miss. He'll take another one of those. Bullens grounded out to short in the first to end the inning. Pinch ran in game 1. Did not play in the field. Throw down to first base. Back in time is Templeton. No scoreboard here today. No between inning music, no walk-up songs. It's kind of a weird feeling here at the ballpark. There goes the runner. Pitches outside for a ball. Throw down and toasted cheese is Blake Templeton. Braden Vineyard been looking for a chance to show that arm off, and he got it right there. Templeton caught stealing. Round number 2, Luke Bullens. 2 balls, 2 strike count. Now with nobody on. Close. On that fastball, count goes full. Cade McKee looking to have 3 up, 3 down with the help of a caught stealing. 1 for 2 here in game 2 of full count first pitch foul balls. Now 2 for 3, and Coach Modelmog with another snag. Telling you just can't hide the athleticism. Oh for 1 in game 1. We've had very few swings at full counts on the first pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. And down goes Bullens. 1 strikeout for McKee. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 7-1, the Pioneers lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Seven to 1, Vol State leads. Going to the top of the 5th inning. New pitcher on for the Rend Lake Warriors. I'm going to guess, it's way out there, but this might be a twin brother to left fielder Houston Compton. Holton Compton, number 35, 6'6", 205-pound freshman from Richland, Indiana. Now, I guess he could be a redshirt freshman, or the other one could be a redshirt freshman. But anyway, I bet they're related and see each other regularly at Thanksgiving time. Holton Compton on here for inning number 5 for Rend Lake. He will face 5, 6, and 7. Brody Melton, Ryan Wells, and Braden Vineyard. Colin Hawkins ended up with 2 innings, 3-hit, 2-run baseball. First pitch to Melton in there for a called strike. Brody Melton 5 for 6 in the fall so far. First time he did not get a hit. First time that batting average dipped below 1,000 was his last plate appearance. He hit into a fielder's choice. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop, but Henson was able to step on second base. And there he is with a long fly ball to left field. That ball's up and off the base of the wall. Melton, I think, may have thought it was out. He started to kind of look up at that one, but he put it in third gear and ends up standing at second base with what I believe is his first extra base hit of his college career. That hit right at the base of the wall, probably out there at about 360, 365. So a leadoff double for Brody Melton. Brings to the plate Ryan Wells, who's 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. Wells looks at that fastball on the outside corner for called strike 1. Wells 6 foot, 185, redshirt sophomore. Breaking pitch stays high. Son of David and Brandy Wells, the younger brother to Austin, who I believe was also a Vol State player. So he's an alum. Swing and a miss by the two-way player. He works out with both the pitchers and the middle infielders. Another breaking pitch misses away. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young man from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Has a Grammy in Murfreesboro and a Grandpa Sonny in Orlando, Florida. There's a swing and a miss. Down goes Wells for the first out of the 5th inning. Braden Vineyard, the catcher for Pioneers. Catchers on the day for Vol State are 6 for 6. Caleb Hawkins went 4 for 4, a single, home run, triple, and another single. Vineyard has gone single, double in his first 2 plate appearances. A wheel around on the mound, but no throw made by a Holton Compton. Throw down to second, not in time. Get Melton, who does a little janitorial work out there on the bag, cleaning it off, making sure the umpire can see his red shoe on top of that white base. Pitch wide to Vineyard. Game started at 3:45 Central. We're at just past 5:20 p.m. Lots of college football going on. There's a ball that gets away from catcher Brady Ingram. Melton will move on down to third base. That's one of those tweeners. Do you call that a pass ball or a wild pitch? Go wild pitch. We don't really have an official score today, and my scorebook is not official. It's merely suggestive. Balk called. A run will come across. Braden Vineyard will have a RBI chance taken away from him. Apparently, I'm assuming Holton Compton did not come set. Right now, an unearned run. Compton appears to not be real happy, and maybe he's trying to overthrow now. 3 balls, no strikes to Braden Vineyard. So the 8th run comes across on a balk. 3-0 pitch. Not swinging, but taking. Called strike 1. See a nice church steeple out beyond the batter's eye there. Foul ball off the pole. And the catcher makes the grab on the rebound. And in honor of my play-by-play partner for the Full Count Rhythm, another Angel gets his wings. Says that whenever a foul ball goes off a pole and Makes the ding sound. Ball 4 to Braden Vineyard on that Blue Grill Barbecue, full count. So Vineyard will keep the perfect streak alive for the catchers. They've reached base 7 times today, 6 of which are by hits. So the first walk by Holton Compton brings to the plate Corbin Overbay, who is 2 for 2. But he can't get to second base. It's either forced out or picked off. Strike called to Overbay. True freshman from Sevierville, Tennessee. Back up to Matt Hall. Matt Hall was injured in game 1. Ball that's fouled off just over the press box. Talked to Matt between games, and he had a cut on his hand. Trying to look it up. I think it was his left hand, so his non-throwing hand. I think he got spiked. So that's why he came out of the game. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 Overbay with Vineyard on at first base. Foul ball is tapped down the first baseline. Kid is always smiling, that Matt Hall. It's unbelievable. I don't know if he's just always happy or if that's just his natural face. Muscles that as soon as you talk to him, he just goes right to a smile. Either that or he just thinks I'm the funniest guy he's ever seen. Throw over to first. Back is the speedy Braden Vineyard. He's just waiting for something funny to come out of my mouth. I don't think that's it. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled off again. That will get down by the bullpen for Rend Lake, and Overbay is battling at the plate. Coach McGuire down at third base, flashing some signs. John Ripel down at first base. 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back again. Corbin Overbay is 5'9", 165-pound freshman, business major, son of Drew and Heather Overbay, and the younger brother to Jensen, his sister, who attends University of Tennessee at Knoxville. He has a mamaw in Sevierville. There's ball 1. Maybe listening in if you are. Thanks for joining us on the Vol State Sports Network on either YouTube or Twitter. 24 of you watching or listening. Alex Qualls showing up with a text now that I've given him my cell phone number. There's another foul ball. Overbay spoiling some pitches from Holton Compton. Wonder how many times he's called Colton Hampton. Holton and Houston. Houston out there in left field. Both from Richland, Indiana. 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. The longest at-bat of the day. I'm guessing I'm actually not keeping track of pitches since I have to keep the scoreboard. I can't keep all those plates spinning, and there's a breaking pitch that gets in there for called strike 3. Overbay goes down looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Compton. Leadoff double by Brody Melton. A wild pitch and a balk brought him home. A strikeout, a walk, and a strikeout brings up Zach Zimmerly. 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the day. Looks at called strike one. Sun now getting a little bit lower into the eyes of the right fielder and first baseman. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Zimmerly now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Zach looking for his first hit of the fall. Tapper foul. Coach McGuire will wait till it stops and then pick it up. He's a smart man. No reason to get a bruised hand out here. That ball will eventually stop, and there are plenty of young guys in red shirts that can go get it. Zimmerly facing another 0-2 pitch, and here it comes. Breaking pitch in there on the inside corner, and now Holton Compton pointing, as in waving off Zach Zimmerly, saying, go sit down. That's a little bit bold, if in fact that was what he did. But maybe he was talking to the umpire. I'm not sure, but whatever that move was. Interesting. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. After 4.5, 8-1 Vol State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th, we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Keegan Evick, the 4th pitcher for the Pioneers. On in relief, 6 foot, 180 pounds, sophomore from Rossview High School in Clarksville, Tennessee. General Studies major, and the son of Curtis and Tracy Evick, and the brother to Trenton. Grandson of Grampy and Grammy in Modesto, California. Opa and Oma in Springfield, Tennessee. He is on to face the other Compton brother, Houston left fielder, who sees the first pitch called ball 1. Compton struck out swinging to lead off the 2nd inning. Here he is leading off as well. Taps a ball that Noah Ward will have to come in and try to play. Evick actually left it for him. I don't think Evick had a play as he was going away from first base. So an infield single for Houston Compton. Very tough play for Noah Ward, who was playing back. So the first hit of the ball game for the Warriors is an infield single. And we'll bring to the plate Will Toger, the DH. There's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. Picked up by Drew Webster. Puts runners at first and second, so going 4 innings, no hits. First 2 batters that Evick faces, infield single. And ground ball base hit into left field. Brings Brady Ingram to the plate. Number 10 hole hitter. Down in the turf. Picked out of there nicely by Braden Vineyard. Evick has worked 2 innings so far, games 1 and game 3. Had a rough outing in game 1. Gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs. A bunt attempt, and ball gets down. Vineyard will get it, throw to first to retire Ingram. A sac bunt. Again, when you're down 8-1 in a real game, you're not going to be sac bunting there. Nice play by Braden Vineyard, but Coach Modelmog is working on different game situations, I'm sure. So a sacrifice bunt puts Compton at third and Toger at second, brings up the top of the order Ryan St. Ledger, who is 0 for 1. Off-speed pitch, probably a changeup, stays high. Pioneers have 8 runs on 9 hits. There's a solid line drive. That's a fair ball down the left field line. 2 runs will score there. It's off the wall. Drew Webster will get the ball back into the infield, but not before Ryan St. Ledger drives in 2 with a stand-up double down the left field line. Just fair. A line drive that Noah Ward had no chance on. Two runs come in for the Warriors. Score goes to 8-3. Vol State still leads. This is what happened in game 1 as the Warriors started coming on late. Another square to bunt by Ethan Hamrick. Ball stays outside, ball 1. So 3 hits in the inning. Sacrifice bunt and a double. Have plated 2 and another runner in scoring position. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. Hamrick was 2 for 3 in game 1. Is 0 for 1 with a walk here in game 2. Throw back to second base. Holsworth got in there on the daylight play. Although it did look like Evick was turning to throw to second before there was daylight, so it may have been a called play. Another square to bunt. Pulls the bat back. Hamrick looking down there to third base, saying, I could put one right down there where Noah Ward can't get to it. Holsworth jockeying with Ryan St. Ledger out there at second base. Evick steps off the mound. Breaking pitch down. Just gets away from Vineyard for a brief moment, but he was able to find it. Keep St. Ledger at second base. Swing ground ball up the middle. Holsworth will collect, throw over to first base to retire Hamrick. On the play, St. Ledger moves to third base. 2 outs now, and that brings to the plate Ryan Trokey, 3-hole hitter. 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Foul ball. Back on the right side of the press box. Donson Moraine on deck. Something must have happened to Colby Guy, who started at first base. I didn't see an injury, swing, and a foul tip. Not sure if that got catcher or the umpire or both. They both checked on each other. Pioneers scored 13 runs on 14 hits in game one. There's a pitch outside, just misses. So 13 runs, 14 hits, had 3 home runs in the ball game. Carter Vrabel, Jake Burris, and Caleb Hawkins went big fly for the Pioneers. Rend Lake had 6 runs on 7 hits. They had 2 errors. Pioneers had 1. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Braden Vineyard. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. The young man from Marion, Illinois, Ryan Trokey, played in 10 games last year for Rend Lake, went 5 for 18 with 3 RBIs. Swung on and driven down the right field. Ethan Hare will go back and cannot make the play. Got a glove on it, but that ball was just twisting toward the right field line, and that will be ruled by me as a double. It drives in Ryan St. Ledger with the 4th run of the ball game for the Warriors. That ball was just tailing away from Ethan here out in right field. Number 27 comes on to pinch run. That will be Michelle Guidoni. I believe they said it was an Italian name, and I think it's twin brothers that are on the team. So I think there's 2 sets of brothers. That ball gets away from Vineyard. It didn't look like it was in the dirt. I think it may have been a cross-up. And on the play, Guidoni moves to third base. So 2 outs. Donson Moraine at the plate with a runner at third base. Breaking pitch misses. Pretty close right there. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on and driven down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it will just go foul. And then one hop the wall. Long strike for Donson Moraine. So Guidoni at third, G-H-I-D-O-N-I. Michelle. 2-1 pitch down low. Count goes 3-1. Will Henson on deck looking to come to the plate with runner on or runners on. There he will get a chance to bat with runners at first and third as Evick walks his first batter of the inning. Braden Vineyard will call a first and third situation here with 2 outs. Infielders acknowledge that they got the sign, and we have another pinch runner. I didn't see the number, but I wonder if it's the other Guidoni brother. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Nice hop off of the mound Tyler Holsworth will make the play for the final out to retire the Warriors. They score 3 runs on 4 hits. Lead now down to 4, 8-4. Vol State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Top of the 6th we go. New pitcher on the mound for Rend Lake, number 38, Hunter McLeod, left-handed pitcher, 6'3", 215-pound freshman from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Didn't count to see how many foreign-born players, but that's at least 4 that have played in this game. We've had one from Ontario. That's Colby Guy. And the 2 pinch runners last inning were from Parma, Italy. The Guidoni twins. And now British Columbia, Abbotsford, British Columbia. And he will face 10, 1, and 2 of the Pioneers lineup here in the top of the 6th inning, scheduled for 7 innings. All State looking to win the double dip here this Saturday, September 17th, and stay undefeated in the fall. Left-handed thrower, swing and a foul ball by Drew Webster, who is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Single and scored in the second. Tripled and scored in the fourth. That triple was up in that sun, and right fielder Luke Bullens could not locate it. Strike 2 called on the young man from Christ Presbyterian Academy, CPA. Son of Rustin and Gail Webster. 0-2 pitch misses badly. A business administration major, the grandson of Granddaddy and Grammy in Madison, Mississippi. And the brother to Jacob and Hannah. Trying to go 3 for 3 on the day. Fouls that ball off. Outfielder and a catcher. True freshman at Vol State. 23 true freshmen on the roster out of 52 players. 0-2 pitch, not called, strike 3. Brady Ingram thought that would be, and he started to get up and throw that ball down to third base, but pitch sails to the backstop, brings us to a Blue Grill Barbecue full count. Located right at the corner of Douglas Bend and Gallatin Road, right there inside the Shell gas station. Got another new first baseman here, number 16, Pim DeVries. Might have some other new players as well. Number 1 out at second base, Wendell Perry. Got a new shortstop. Can't see his number yet. The full count pitch to Drew Webster is driven out to left field. That will be down and one hop over the wall for a ground rule double. Drew Webster, single, triple, and now a double on the day. Have a big day, Drew Webster. He crushed that ball. A leadoff double. Brings to the plate Tyler Holsworth. Pitch misses outside. We got number 6. Ethan Hamrick has moved over to shortstop for Will Henson. Strike called. Swing and a miss. The Dragonfly has just come in the only window that's open here in the press box. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tyler Holsworth, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored just outside. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a new center fielder. Ryan St. Ledger is out of the ball game now. Can't see his number. A 2-2 pitch. While Webster leads off, a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. And down goes Holsworth for out number 1. Whoever's out there in center field has played already because he's got a pretty dirty shirt on. I just can't see. Left-handed thrower. Ethan here stepping to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Started to go and put the bat back in the rack. Called strike 1. One out. Runner at second. Webster trying to get a good lead. Popped up, and that will be playable. New first baseman Pim DeVries makes the catch in fair territory. We're out number 2. It could be Daniel Donaldson Fountain out there in center field. Possibly as Tanner Bumbleau steps to the plate. Walked 3 times. Takes ball 1 on the inside. Drew Webster led off with a double. 1 hopped over the fence just to the right of the scoreboard. And a strikeout and a pop out, and he's still standing there at second base. Tanner Bumbleau looks at a nice pitch, strike called on the outside corner. I'm sure he's looking for something that he can pull. And that Sunfield's out there. He just hit a fly ball, and it's going to be a tough play for Luke Bullins out there in right field. And that might have been it right there. Breaking pitch that Bumbleau let get across the plate. One-two pitch. He swings at that breaking pitch, fouls it off to the left side. I believe we still have Ryan Trokey at third base. Breaking pitch misses just outside. And that is Trokey down at third. Wearing number 3, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Bumbleau, 2 outs. Runner at second base. Swing and a miss. Actually swinging a foul tip into the mitt. Will retire Bumbleau and the Pioneers. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers lead 8-4. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Number 16, Eli Klotfelter, sophomore who attended high school in Indianapolis, Indiana. On for his second year with the Pioneers. 5'10", 190 pounds, sophomore. Hometown now of Ringgold, Georgia, where his family calls home. Business administration major, the son of Rob and Crystal Klotfelter. And the older brother to Maggie, grandson of Pawpaw in Ringgold, Georgia, and Mimi in Tunnel Hill, Georgia. And Clot, as he is known, is the 5th pitcher for head coach Jim McGuire. Keegan Evick went 1 inning, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs that were earned, walked 1. Klotfelter now faces 6, 7, and 8. And the new first baseman, Pim DeVries, batting for Blake Templeton. Klotfelter wearing the new pants that were doled out by Coach Jim McGuire. Apparently they are state-of-the-art pants. They fit tight. And he's wearing some smalls out there. .30, and he's promptly gone 4 straight balls and walks Pim DeVries. D-E capital V R-I-E-S. Pim, I'm not sure what that's short for something, but. And now Luke Bullins stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out and a strikeout. Klotfelter gone ball 5. Ty Baruman is on deck to hit for Houston Compton. There's a strike called. Fake bunt, pitch, called a ball. Looked pretty good, I thought, but I think Vineyard was surprised when he looked back, not hearing strike called. 2 balls and a strike now to Bullens. Breaking pitch swung on and fouled back. Strike called. Bullens goes down looking for the first out. Bullens did not agree with that call. So Ty Baruman will step in and pinch hit for Houston Compton here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Baruman played left field in game 1, went 0 for 3, struck out twice. Breaking pitch misses outside. Klotfelter's got that sharp breaking pitch that looks like it's a fastball coming right down the middle of the plate, and at the very last quarter of the way to the plate, it breaks sharply off the plate, but he hasn't been able to get anybody to bite on that as he throws over to first base. DeVries back in time. Just missed again. Not missing by much as Vineyard is trying to stick it, hold it there for the home plate umpire, but not getting the call. Bottom of the 6th, 8-4. Another throw over to first base. Brody Melton over there applies a tag. Not in time. There's a swing and a miss on a 2-0 pitch. Baruman looking to make things happen. Defense still the same. Webster in left. Zimmerly in center. Here in right. Ward at third. Holsworth at short. Overbay at second. Melton first base, and Vineyard behind the plate. Fastball goes high. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Baruman. Klotfelter pitched in game 2 of the Cumberland JV doubleheader. Through an inning, gave up a hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 1, and hit 1. Not the clean inning, but he gets a swing and a strike there. Didn't know if he fouled it. I think the ball went down off the turf, but we have a Blue Grill Barbecue full count. 3 for 4 on full count. First pitch foul balls here in game 2. Runner looks like he's going to take off, and there he goes. Ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. 2 walks in the inning for Eli Klotfelter. A walk, a strikeout, and a walk. Will Toger steps to the plate for his 3rd appearance of game 2. Grounded out and singled to left field in his last plate appearance. Got a pinch hitter on deck. Breaking pitch misses outside. Cade Gibson, who was the starting catcher, is in the on-deck circle. Coach Model Mog looking to get his Game 1 starters back in the game. Klopfelter gone 2 balls, no strikes. Each at-bat has been a struggle for Eli. There's a high fly ball into shallow left field. Drew Webster coming on. Holsworth out, will make the grab. Both guys will end up on the ground. Holsworth out in basically left field. And that's a play that Coach is just working on yesterday with a machine that he was throwing pop-ups up. Holsworth went a long, long way. But I'm guessing that Webster did not call him off, because that play is, if the outfielder calls you off, you get out of the way. But now stepping to the plate, Cade Gibson with 2 outs and 2 on, pinch hitting for Brady Ingram. Swing and a miss. And I'm not sure if there's a chance that Ingram went in the game earlier. Actually went behind the plate, but with the chest protector straps on the back, you can't see. There's a breaking pitch. It apparently missed the inside corner. So Cade Gibson, Cade with a K, A-D-E. 1-1, and he drills one out to left field. Drew Webster will go 5 steps to his right on the run and make the grab for out number 3. So Eli Klopfelter works out of 2 walks. And no runs scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to the last inning, top of the 7th. Pioneers lead 8-4. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Emory's back at Murray State University. Game 2 of a doubleheader between Vol State and Rend Lake. We're moving to the top of the 7th, scheduled for 7. New pitcher on the mound for the Warriors. Right-handed side armor, Philip Berberick, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore from Trenton, Illinois. And the first pitch he delivers to Noah Ward is swung on and missed. Next pitch outside. There's a lined or a hard hit ground ball to third base. Trokey, I believe that is, still over there at third base. Throws over to DeVries to retire Ward. He hit it hard, but just one hopped right to Trokey. The third time that Noah Ward has grounded out to third base. Brings up Brody Melton with Big J. Charla on deck to pinch hit. Melton sees the first pitch. Sidearm delivery in there for a called strike. Melton 2 for 3. 6 hits in the fall in 7 plate appearances for Brody Melton. Young man from Tullahoma, Tennessee. First baseman, third baseman. Thank you all for joining me today. I don't know how many of you have stayed for both games. You're true Pioneers fans if you've stayed. Most of you probably knew that when your favorite player was going to be playing, whether game 1 or game 2. Brody Melton looks at strike 2. You just don't see this arm angle very often in college. Sidearm delivery. He comes from way on down under. There's a softly hit ground ball first base. Pitcher covering. Little PFP that gets worked out right there. So a 3-1 out, and with 2 outs, that brings up pinch hitter Big J. Charla from Riverdale High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Pinch hitting for Ryan Wells here in the top of the 7th inning. Wells went 1 for 3. And Jay Charlotte on the first pitch he sees gets hit in the thigh. So pretty much not an at-bat for him. And that will bring to the plate Braden Vineyard. He's got to take his shin guards off. Jay Charlotte going for the on-base average. Gets plunked. First batter hit in the ball game, I believe, for either team. So Vineyard comes up with a 2 for 2 day and a walk, looking to keep the 1,000 batting average for catchers for Vol State today alive. Fouls the first pitch off to the right side. Maybe a play by our bus driver, Dave, but he is not even budged. So he stands over there by the fence. He'll let a player from Rend Lake go get that one. Long pause and a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. Philip Burberick, 12 appearances last year for the Warriors, had an 0-2 record. Through 17 innings, gave up 19 hits, 13 runs, 11 were earned. Walked 6, struck out 12 in his 17 innings at 5.71 ERA. Trying to get the last out as that ball gets underneath the glove of, who I believe is, well, that's not going to be Cade Gibson back there. Looks like Brady Ingram has gone back into the game behind the plate. So runner moves down to second base on the wild pitch. Big J. Charla. There's a hard ground ball right to where the second baseman's playing. Wendell Perry throws over to DeVries at first base to retire Vineyard. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Pioneers have a 4-run lead, trying to sweep a doubleheader against the Rend Lake Warriors. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. On to the bottom of the 7th inning here on the campus of Murray State University. Eli Klottfelter back out for inning number 2 for the Pioneers, trying to shut the door. Had a bit of a rough first inning, and he will face Daniel Donaldson Fountain, who came in the top of the 6th for center fielder Ryan St. Ledger. He will get his first plate appearance of game number 2. He went 0 for 2, and he tries to lay down a bunt and misses the ball as Connor Moss now in at third base for Noah Ward. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. Tyler Holsworth still at shortstop, and Overbay is still in second. And Melton still at first base. The outfield stays the same. Webster, Zimmerly, and here. So the only change, Connor Moss from Stewart's Creek High School down at third base. Swing and a miss, and down goes Donaldson Fountain for the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Klottfelter's second strikeout of the game. And a much better start for Eli. He will face Ethan Hamrick, who has played the entire day for Coach Model Mog's squad. In and out at second base, though. And he will get hit on the front knee. That will not feel good. He hadn't really taken a step yet. I wonder how that's going to feel. Looked to me like it got him right on that front knee. First hit batter now for Klottfelter. Actually, third hit batter of the game, as there were 2 hit in the first inning. Brings to the plate Ryan Trokey, drives the ball out the left center fielder. That kid can just hit. That ball's down in the gap. That'll score 1 run. Zimmerly picks it up. Trokey will try to go to third, and the throw will be on time. And Trokey will be thrown out for the second out of third base. And that was ill-advised. Coach Modelmong be a learning or teaching moment right there. Is no way in the last inning do you need to be making the last out or any out at third base when you're down by 4 runs. And that will now bring to the plate Colby Guy, who's apparently not injured. He is back in there to hit for Donson Moraine, so he has re-entered the game. To hit. He sees a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the hit batter comes back to haunt Eli Klotfelter. And almost another hit pitch that actually hit the umpire in the foot. I believe that was a 7 to 6 to 5 put out there for out number 2. The Warriors down to their last out. As Klotfelter received a gift right there with Trokey trying to stretch that double into a triple. He was on second base as the relay throw was coming in. Swing and a miss. Down to their last strike. We have a Blue Grill Barbecue, full count. Ball 4. And another free pass. Third walk of the game by Klotfelter. And his first plate appearance of the day, Wendell Perry, who came into shortstop in I believe that was the top of the 6th inning. For Will Henson, first pitch he sees, strike called. Colby Guy moves back to first base on a throw over by Klotfelter. Wendell Perry from Villa Rica, Georgia. 6 foot, 185-pound freshman. Swings and fouls the ball straight back. Again, down to their last strike. No balls, 2 strikes. We'll broadcast again on Tuesday night from Pioneer Field at Gallatin, Tennessee, on the campus of Ball State Community College. Game time is 5 o'clock on Tuesday, September 20th. Next weekend we'll be in Lipscomb as the runner goes. Curveball called, strike 3, and that will retire the side and end the ball game on a strikeout looking. The third strikeout for Eli Klotfelter, second of the inning. And the Pioneers take 2 from Rend Lake as they score 1 run on 1 hit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pioneers scored 5 in the second to go on, and then 3 in successive innings and win 8 to 5 over the Rend Lake Warriors. The Pioneers scored 8 runs on 10 hits. Rend Lake, 5 runs on 5 hits. All game finishes in about 2.5 hours, a little over 2.5 hours. So a lot of baseball played today, 14 complete innings. As you see, the Pioneers are gathering out in left field, meeting with the coach, as they always do. So I will wrap it up because I don't want them to have to wait for me. But doubleheader win for the Pioneers. They go 5-0 on the season, and we'll play again on Tuesday night. So thank you all for joining me. For Coach Jim McGuire, Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, this is Tim Reese saying so long from Murray State, Kentucky, or Murray State University in Murray, Kentucky. God bless you, and thank you for joining me. You've been listening to the Vol State Sports Network.